Our top focus in Newspoint. U.S. President Donald Trump has said that Ukraine can forget about joining NATO. This as he prepares to host his Ukrainian counterpart, Volodymyr Zelensky, at the White House this week. Addressing reporters at the start of the first cabinet meeting of his second term, Trump said Zelensky would visit the White House on Friday and sign the deal to share Ukraine's rare earth minerals with the U.S. Trump has long complained that the U.S. has spent too much taxpayers' money to support Ukraine in the war with Russia that began 3 years ago. Trump has framed the emerging deal that would give the U.S. access to Ukraine's deposits of the rare earth minerals used in the aerospace, defense and nuclear industries as a chance for Kiev to pay Washington for aid already sent for the war under former U.S. President Joe Biden.
The previous administration put us in a very bad position, but we've been able to make a deal where we're going to get our money back and we're going to get a lot of money in the future, and I think that's appropriate because we have taxpayers that shouldn't be footing the bill, and they shouldn't be footing the bill at more than the Europeans are paying. So it's all been worked out. We're happy about it.
Zelensky said in a news conference early on Wednesday in Kiev that a framework of an economic deal had been reached, but that it did not yet include U.S. security guarantees, which his country sees as vital. Trump, however, said that the U.S. would not be providing security guarantees to Ukraine beyond very much, adding that European nations should assume that responsibility due to their geographical closeness to Ukraine.
We have a big ocean separating us, so it's very important for Europe, and they hopefully will step up and do maybe more than they're doing, and maybe a lot more.
The latest version of the agreement seen by the Associated Press says, and I'm quoting, the U.S. supports Ukraine's efforts to obtain security guarantees needed to establish lasting peace. It, however, does not spell out any U.S. commitment to provide them. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has left for Washington, D.C. to meet Trump, and this comes amid a row over his shock announcement to hike UK's defence spending to 2.5%. Zelensky is most likely to join a meeting which Starmer will be hosting for European leaders on Sunday. And talking about ending the war, Trump said he is confident about being able to reach a deal between Ukraine and Russia, adding that Russian President Vladimir Putin will have to make certain concessions without going into the details further of what those concessions might be.
He's a very smart guy. He's a very cunning person, but I've dealt with some people I've dealt with some really bad people. But I will tell you, as far as this is concerned, you have to understand, he had no intention, in my opinion, of settling this war. I think he wanted the whole thing.
According to Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov, senior Russian and U.S. diplomats are expected to hold talks again on Thursday in Istanbul. The meeting follows talks in Saudi Arabia last week that marked an extraordinary shift in U.S. foreign policy under Donald Trump, and also a clear departure from U.S.-led efforts to isolate Russia over its war in Ukraine.